So I asked this last meeting, and I want to re-ask it. This means that the debt, which is now 556 million, is going to be augmented by 45 million through the leases. And the second part is, what exactly is the repayment schedule? It was said last time it was 1.8 million until 2014, and it got stopped there. 1.8 million on 45 million is pretty much just the interest only. I mean, it looks like it. What is this repayment schedule, or what will it be, the repayment schedule for these bonds?
All right, thank you, Mr. Berry. I'll call up Ms. Enright, please.
The repayment schedule is over 30 years. The reason it's interest only till a certain date is because the county has its own obligations that are maturing during that period of time, and we didn't want to increase the county's payment schedule during those earlier years. This is a lease financing. It's not part of the county's debt. It's just a lease arrangement for the property. So it's not part of the official debt of the county.
So it won't be added to the county's debt.
It's not included in that.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Enright. Hope that helps, Mr. Berry.
And I have the ordinance here, and this is what's confusing me. Section 5A says, I won't read the whole thing. Well, the guarantee ordinance may be adopted notwithstanding any statutory debt or other limitations, whatever. And it says here, being an amount not to exceed 45 million shall, after their issuance, be included in the gross debt of the county for the purpose of determining the indebtedness of the county under or pursuant to the local bond law. And so that's what's confusing me. It looks like this ordinance includes something saying it is debt, and if it's not debt, how is it not debt? That is, who is paying this $1.8 million? It's 45 million is outstanding. The bonds are going to be issued, so not to be argumentative, but what is it if it's not debt? I mean,
All right, thank you. Mr. Gillette.
The Improvement Authority's law and the local bond law, any ordinance adopted, the county has to adopt a supplemental debt statement. It's listed as gross debt and is then deducted from that and is not part of the county's overall net debt for purposes of the county's debt limitations. The lease payments are lease payments from the county to the authority. They're not part of your debt structure.
So it will be, where does the revenue come to pay off the debt? Is it from the courts themselves?
Well, it's the agreement with the county in terms of supporting the court system.
All right.
Being Councilman Summit. I would hope to hear a better explanation, forgive me for my ignorance, but the explanation regarding the debt for the building, I'm still a little lost on, so if possible, if I can maybe get an explanation like I'm a fifth grader, exactly how this is going to be paid for, because it wasn't clear to me. So if you could indulge me, I would appreciate it, a simpler explanation of the debt. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Mr. Gillette, you want to try it?
The bonds are going to be bonds of the Improvement Authority. The Improvement Authority is going to have a lease arrangement with the county. The lease payments will, in essence, be covering most of the debt on the building. And then the county has a guarantee just to support that for marketing purposes for the bonds.
So the debt's related to the improvement fund, not the county debt.
The debt is the debt of the Improvement Authority.
Debt, it is debt, so at least anybody think there's not debt, there is, over 30 years. So it's the, under in cooperation with the improvement department will be paid. All right? Okay? All right, I hope that helps.
Debt, county debt. Somehow, you did your little dance saying that, that the $45 million is lease payment. So the question actually is, if there's $555 million in county debt, then what is the UCIA debt? total, so you can throw that in there with the $555 million, and then we'll find out what the full debt really is, because that $1.8 million is obviously an obligation that you can't shrug off anytime soon. So, maybe Director Taylor could come up and actually give us what the total debt is for the county and the UCIA combined. Really look forward to Director Taylor maybe coming up with some numbers that you can.
Yeah, we can certainly put some numbers together on the improvement authority.
Within minutes or another time.
I don't know if we have that right in front of us, but certainly by next week.
Caroselli had it.
All right, that's all right.
Thank you very much.